Hello, everybody. Welcome to United Core Ground. My name is Simon. I hope you are doing well. We are live as usual, and we have a big topic to discuss today, and that is who do United sign first? Is it a goalkeeper? Is it a midfielder? So that's what you are going to discuss today. So thanks for everyone who's joining. Guys on YouTube, guys on TikTok, I hope you're doing well, keeping warm. It's been very cold today. It's been really cold today. It's been the coldest I think it's ever been this year. One of the coldest days. Yesterday was cold, today was bad. Yesterday it was rains where I am. It was raining the whole day. Today it's been cold the whole day. So how are you doing? How are you keeping well? I hope you guys are ready for the show, ready for the discussion. We're going to look at the goalkeeping options as well as the midfield options that are currently being discussed. There is a new midfielder that has been linked to United, as well as the goalkeeping options are being discussed at the club. We know that after the Arsenal game, it has become apparent that the club is looking for a goalkeeper. The club wants to sign a goalkeeper because Amorim is pushing. Amorim says he wants a good goalkeeper. There are reports that he had selected one goalkeeper already named. We are going to mention him in the live. And the club said no, as well as the club that has the goalkeeper said that they are not willing to let him go. So it's a debate that has been ongoing since Sunday after the Arsenal game. Who do we prioritize? Do we go for a goalkeeper first? Do we go for a midfielder? Because we need both. Yesterday in the live, we were discussing as well. Part of it was, who do we go for? Do we go for a goalkeeper? Do we go for a midfielder? As well as we sign a midfielder, what happens to Kobe Mainu? Will Bruno still play as a central midfielder? Ugarte, do we still use him? Do we still play him in midfield? So all these are the questions and the discussions that have been ongoing online with the fans on X. News have been coming in that United are also speaking with goalkeepers, and they want to sign one. But you as the fan, you as the United fan, or even as a neutral, you might be joining in as an Arsenal fan, you might be joining in as a Chelsea fan. Who do you think United should buy first? Should they go for a goalkeeper? Should they go for a midfielder? So let's join in the chat. Let me know what you think in the chat as we discuss about this. And let's see, who do you want? So I just want to make sure that the comments are coming through so that I can read them and highlight them. This is United Core Ground. Let me mention it once again for guys who are joining. I'm seeing that Ken Masaba has joined. Max Dowman has joined. Kenny Glee has joined. Dedan Kimathi has joined. Johnson as well. Lincoln has joined as well. Thanks for joining. So let's get started. So the current goalkeeper options we have at the club are Tom Heaton at number 3, Alte Bandi at number 2, and Onana at number 1. Onana hasn't had any preseason training so far because he's been injured. And Alte Bandia is the one who's been playing the last 2 games. And Tom Heaton played in the preseason and he had a good performance. Alte Bandia made a howler for us to concede that goal. Still, there is a debate whether it was a foul, or it was Bandia's fault, because Calafiori took advantage. The ball was already going in goal. But regardless, it's another week, another game that we've seen a goalkeeper's mistake causing us to lose. We should have scored, but goalkeepers win you games. Look at David Raya of Arsenal. They scored one, he kept a clean sheet. And many a times during the season, we've seen United players lose matches because of a goalkeeper. Onana made mistakes last season in crucial games. We lost. Case in point, Tottenham in the Europa League final. That was an Onana mistake. He should have caught that ball or should have been ready or commanded the box. So the options we have at the moment are not great. We don't have good goalkeepers. The young goalkeepers we have gone out on loan. One of them is Radek Vitek. He has gone out on loan and he's performing well already in the championship. He's making good saves. He's a good shot stopper. And United are seeing him as an option for the future. They didn't trust him to play this season, but they've told him, go out on loan, let's see how you perform, and then you come back. Now, as well as much as we are looking at the goalkeeping options, we also have to discuss about the midfield options, because the midfield area is one area that we've seen, as much as we have options, more options than the goalkeeping area, the options are not so great. Right now we have Bruno, who has dropped to play as one of the sixes or number eights, or the two pivots. So who does he play with? Does he play with Casemiro? Casemiro played well, but his legs cannot handle a full 90. When the intensity increases, Casemiro is usually slow to react or to go back and defend. And we know in Amorim's system that one of the midfielders sticks behind as the other one becomes a box-to-box. So do we play Casemiro and Bruno? We've seen Ugarte didn't have a good 20 minutes in the game. He had a few erratic moments. You remember the back pass he had, which could have been a goal. The shot was off target, the one he decided to take instead of passing to Ahmad and Mumo on the right. So Kobe is the other option. Kobe, we know that he's a good midfielder. He can play somewhat of a Baleba kind of style, that is dropping deep, collecting the ball, he's press resistant. But the issue with Kobe is at the moment he seems to be like he's slow in his play. He's slow. We've seen that tracking back. He's slow tracking back. He cannot get back into positions as fast as possible. The other option you have is Toby Collier, but Toby Collier is going out on loan. The other option we can play there, we can play Mason Mount in that position. But it seems that Bruno is a guaranteed starter in one of the two midfield pivot positions. So who do we play Bruno with? So tough questions in terms of midfielders. We have less options, but all options are not good, because Heaton, yes, as much as he's experienced, it seems that the coach does not trust him. Probably he's not good in some aspects, like playing from the back. He's a good shot stopper. He has good reflexes. Onana and Bandia are good ball passers. We saw Bandia was good in terms of passing the ball out of the back. He was finding those passes. Onana has dropped that part of the game. He has last 2 seasons he was poor in terms of passing out of the back. Most of the time the ball either goes to the defenders or it goes out for a throw-in. The ball goes to the opponents or the ball goes out for a throw-in. So we don't have good options in terms of goalkeepers, and there are few. In terms of the midfield, we have many options, but they are not great options. So does it mean that in some games Amorim plays Kobe and Ugarte, or Kobe and Casemiro? Or is Bruno guaranteed that he will always play in that position and now it's a matter of rotating the other position? So either way, we need a midfielder, we need a goalkeeper, but who do we prioritize? Because we know that right now the midfield options that are available and have been mentioned over the last couple of days is Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba. Manchester United have stopped their pursuit of Carlos Baleba because Brighton don't want to sell as well as the fee that is being quoted is too high. Brighton want around 115 million. Wharton is available for around 70-80 million, but he's the second choice. Yesterday we had a good comment and talk from Jeff Hamed, who said United should prioritize their first choice signing. So if Baleba is United's first choice, then we should prioritize on that. Even if it means we don't sign him now, probably we try in January, which is difficult, or next summer, which will be even more difficult because other clubs might come in and want the same player. Right now, most clubs are not looking for such kind of a profile. Probably next summer we will have, I keep mentioning City. They might come in for him because Rodri is now looking like he's injury prone and he won't be as reliable. If we go to Liverpool, they might decide to get him. Chelsea, we know Chelsea are always in to get a good player. Lavia right now is injury prone. They might want a replacement for Lavia. So we also have other European clubs like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, who could come in for him. As much as he wants to join United, he might be swayed. He might turn his eye on other clubs. because they are probably performing better. He's guaranteed to win a league or to play in the Champions League and win it. So it's a question that most fans have been debating all day. Let me know what you think in the comment section, whether we should go for a goalkeeper or we should go for a midfielder. And as you type your comment, or as you put in your comment, let's start with the goalkeeper targets that United have so far. So the first target we went for was Emi Martinez from Aston Villa. Emi Martinez, we know that he's an experienced goalkeeper. He's a World Cup winner. He's played for big clubs like Arsenal. He's currently at Aston Villa, and he's been performing well to some degree, although he's error-prone like Onana. We know that Onana makes mistakes. So we don't want that sort of a keeper again. We can't afford to have two goalkeepers that are making similar mistakes. We saw Alte Bandia do that, and we are trying to move away from that. Yes, Martinez might give you a bit of an assurance because of his experience, and he usually has good run of games where he gets clean sheets, or he gets good saves, even though he might concede, but he gets good saves. So Martinez is the first option. United wanted him on loan. Probably they are eyeing another keeper next summer. United want him on loan, but Aston Villa are not willing to sell the player, either going out on loan or a permanent transfer. So they inquired again yesterday, and they were told no, the player is not available. Amorim was pushing, or is pushing, for the player, but the club, Aston Villa, are saying no, as well as some United managers or directors or part of the hierarchy are saying that they are not going to get him because of his age. There is no resale value. The salary will be high. So it's like Amorim is pushing, but no one else is eyeing that move, although the club did make an inquiry. The other option that we had in early June and some part of July is Sane Lamens from Royal Antwerp. Sane Lamens is a young keeper. He has played some games for Royal Antwerp. He has had good performances. He's a good shot stopper. He's good in saving penalties in case we get to cup games. And he's also a keeper that if we sign, we are guaranteed that he can play for us for 10 years if he continues performing well. The good thing about goalkeepers is they can play until they are 40 plus. In fact, most goalkeepers get into their prime when they get to the age of 30. You look at Donnarumma, he's been playing since he was 16, and right now he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and he's approaching his prime. So Sane Lamens is an option that has been explored by Manchester United. The player is willing to join. The club had talks via intermediaries with the agent, and the players and the agent, the player and the agent did say that they would be interested to join. Royal Antwerp will be open to sell him, or willing to sell him, and it's a deal that can be done quickly. If United decide that that's the player they want, then it's a deal that could be signed quickly, because Sane Lamens wouldn't require a big salary, and as well as the club wants around 26 to 30 million pounds. You look at the other option, the third option that we have in terms of a goalkeeper signing is Donnarumma. Donnarumma is being booted out of PSG. He is available. He has a pre-agreement with Man City. He wants to join City, but City won't sign him until Ederson leaves. The other thing that is happening with Donnarumma to City, and depending on Ederson, is I think Galatasaray, who want Ederson, or Besiktas, I can't remember which club, they've gone for the Porto goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, who has been linked to United for a couple of seasons now. And they've submitted a 27 million bid to sign the goalkeeper, but Porto were quoting Diogo Costa at 60 million. Would United be willing to go for that? Because Costa won't be cheap in terms of the signing fee. Porto won't let him go, especially now that the season has started and the Portuguese season is about to start. They won't be willing to sell him on the cheap. It will have to take a huge fee to convince them. And of course, with other clubs interested, because City can also go for him. So Donnarumma is an option for City. He has an agreement, a verbal agreement with the club. So do United exercise the option of going for him? Do United offer him the salary he wants? Because at PSG he's earning around 208k a week. United don't want at the moment to pay a player more than 200k a week. The salaries that we are seeing now are between 150 and 180 for new signings. So will United break their wage structure, the one that they are trying to fix, to have a player come in for 200k? So there is a lot of dynamics when it comes to the goalkeeping options we have at the moment. The good thing about the goalkeeping market is goalkeepers are available. It's just a matter of the fee as well as the salary, and whether it's a goalkeeper that will come in and start performing immediately. Because right now we need a goalkeeper who will come and start performing. We can't afford to have another goalkeeper who will take 2 seasons to settle. If we want to get to Europe, whether it's Europa League or Champions League, if we want to get top 6 positions or even win cup games, we need a good, reliable goalkeeper. I'm seeing guys joining on TikTok, joining the discussion. Make sure you post your comments. I'll highlight them. We have Mighty Manchester who has joined. We have Brian Juguna, who's a follower on TikTok, has joined. We have Eagle who has joined. Thanks for joining. We have Dennis Ousu who has joined as well. Sylvester, our follower who has joined. Gitahi. Thanks all for all of you, or thanks to all of you, for joining. So we are just discussing about the goalkeeping options that United have at the moment in terms of targets. So this is a position that we need. All of us know we need a goalkeeper, because we can't keep having such mistakes we saw against Arsenal. We are now going to play against Fulham, Burnley, City, Chelsea, and then Brentford. Those are a tough run of fixtures. Those are tough fixtures. And if we can't win against Fulham, we can't win against Burnley because of goalkeepers, then we'll start seeing the season becoming more difficult for Amorim. And right now, Amorim, I can tell you, he's under a lot of pressure to perform, because he has now a new forward line. He's been supported. As much as the club does not want to spend a lot in signing goalkeepers and midfielders, but he has something. So he needs to start winning some of those games like Fulham and Burnley and Brentford. Brentford have been dismantled. Their coach is gone. Their top players are going. Buma has left. Wissa is leaving. He wants to go to Newcastle. Their defenders are leaving. So we can have a good game against them. We know that Brentford have always given us issues. And 2 of the players that have been giving us issues, or 3, that is Norgard, Mbumo, and Wissa, have left, and Wissa is leaving. So these are the opportunities we need to take. And we need to continue having such performances against Arsenal. And we can't have such performances, fail to score, we score, and the goalkeeper makes mistakes, we lose points. Right now, we can't afford to lose points against such teams. City and Chelsea are wild card games. It can go either way. We can win, we can draw, we can lose. But for games like Fulham, Burnley, Brentford, in that run of fixtures, we should be winning comfortably. At least we get 10 points. Let's say we get 3 versus Fulham, we get 3 against Burnley, we get 1 against City, or 0, we get 1 against Chelsea, and then we get another 3 from Brentford. Then 10 points are good, and that pushes up higher in the table. We need to start setting pace early. And the good thing about playing tough fixtures at the start is the next run of fixtures are pretty easy. And with the squad we have, and now they start firing on all cylinders, then we'll start having a good run towards either top 4 or top 6, depending on how we sign players. So midfielders are also the options that we need to look at. It's a position that is also of high priority. I've mentioned when we were starting that right now Bruno is a guaranteed player as one of the pivots. But who does he partner with? Ugarte, I think, is low on the pecking order after that Arsenal performance. Mainu should come in. Kobe should come in. He should go above Ugarte in the pecking order, because Ugarte is not performing well. I still trust in him. We should keep him as a squad player for one more season, and then next summer we sell him and we get other midfield options, or we promote to be Collier to be now fully in the first team. Kobe should be playing, and from what I'm gathering of what I'm analyzing online is that Kobe is more or less like a sub to Bruno, because Bruno will need some rest in some games. For example, we are going to play Grimsby in the next couple of days, so we don't expect Bruno to play all games. So Kobe will come in and substitute him. Injuries also do happen. We have AFCON this year. Some of the players will be gone. Ahmad will be gone. Bumo will be gone. So if Bumo is gone, then it means that Bruno plays as a 10. Then Kobe can come in and play as a midfielder. I've seen fans online making noise that Amorim is treating Kobe in a bad way. He's not handling him well. But it's the first game of the season. You still have a lot of games to go. So Bruno, yeah, he might not play all games. We can't expect a player to play all games. He's been our general. He never gets injured. It's like Diogo Dalot or Mazraoui. They never get injured. They are workhorses. They work hard. They are fit for all games. But Amorim needs to rotate. And if United were going to sell Kobe, or they didn't have a plan for him, if Amorim didn't have a plan for Kobe Mainu, then he will be among the players who are being sold. Rashford is not there. Sancho is not there. Garnacho is not there. And Garnacho was one of our top performers over the last 2 seasons. And Malacia is also not there. Anthony is not there, and he's an expensive player. And it shows that the club is backing Amorim. And if Amorim didn't want Kobe, in fact, in January, he could have said, okay, fine, sell him. So Kobe will have a place in the squad. Let's not be overly emotional because the player is not playing. It's similar to how Zaxi is not playing, although he was not fit. So not every player will play every game. The coach spends more time with the players than us as fans. We only get to see them, let's say, once a week during games, and there's short clips we see in training. So the coach spends around 8 hours with them per day, or let's say 7 hours or 5 hours. So the coach knows better. The coach knows why he decides to play certain players in certain games, and certain players don't get to even get into the squad. So there is a player that we've been linked to. I want to pull up the graphic because we've been linked to one of a midfield player, and is a new name that has come in today. And this is Lucien Agoume or Agoume. I can't quite pronounce the name well. So this is a midfielder from Sevilla. He has a similar profile to Baleba or Wharton, and this is a player that we've been recently linked with today. These are reports that have been coming out today that we've been linked to this player. He has a release clause of 35 million pounds. So there is that option. We also have Stiller, who plays in Germany, Angelo Stiller, and he's also an option. But this is the latest name that has been linked to United as a midfield option or alternative to Baleba and Wharton. And he's relatively cheap compared to both, because he has a release clause of 35 million pounds. Now the question is, if we are going to prioritize our first options, and I mentioned that Jeff yesterday during our Ground Talk Live, he said during the call that United need to prioritize going for their first options. If our first option is Baleba, should we go for Agoume? Should we wait for another season, for this season to end, then we try Baleba? If we do decide to stay one more season without a new midfielder, how are we going to perform in the league? United are currently 2 players away from actually challenging for the title based on the performances we've seen so far in pre-season and Arsenal, although it's still early. So if we get a midfielder and a goalkeeper, we know that we can challenge for even top 6 or top 4. So if we sign Agoume, does it mean that we give up on Baleba, or do we still go for him and reshape the midfield? I keep predicting that this will be Bruno's last season at United. That's my prediction. And if we decide to let him go, then does it mean that we go for Nagume and Baleba next season? Let's say we get one this season, another one next season. If we do decide to get 2 midfielders, once again, the question comes back, where will Kobe play? Because Kobe right now is moments away from getting into the first team. And I'm seeing comments from Fabulous Brooks. Thanks for joining and thanks for commenting. You've posted our first comment of the day, so congrats and thanks a lot. So you are saying, I think the graphic there, let me just bring this so that we read the comments. So you're saying, bro, try and check out Tanaka of Leeds. Damn. Yes, he's a good option. He's a good option. He's playing well so far. But Tanaka, my issue with Tanaka, based on the few games I've seen Leeds play last season, this season, or him playing last season and this season, is he's more like Bruno. He has less stats or less ranking in terms of defensive play. Yes, he's a box-to-box. He can destroy midfield, as you say there, that Tanaka is the next Ji-sung Park. I agree, and he's a good option. But the question here is Tanaka the best option based on what we need at the moment? Because right now we need a midfield destroyer. We need a midfield linkman, an anchorman per se. Yes, Tanaka is playing that at the moment. He's performing well. The season is still young. Let's keep looking at him. One thing I avoid is looking at player combinations and saying this player is the best. Look at what we experienced with Anthony while he was at Ajax. He was one of the best wingers in the world. Then when he came in, totally different player. So similar to such kind of players. So I do agree Tanaka is a good option. It's a good option. You can look at him. My only issue is, are we signing Tanaka to play as an anchor, or are we signing him to play as a box-to-box? Because I'm sure if he was the profile that Amorim is looking for, they would go for him and they would put in a bid, because I don't think he will be more than 30 million. So let's keep watching him. Let's give him some games. Tanaka is a good player, but let's give him some few games in the Premiership, and then we see how he performs. So I agree with you in terms of he's a good option. My only reservation is, will he perform number one in the biggest stage? Because at United, the pressure is too high. At United, you see most players don't perform well because of the pressure. The media is on you. The fans are on you. The rival fans are on you. You make one mistake, they'll bash you until your confidence goes to zero. So that's also some of the things that our coaches and director of sport, as well as the scouting department, are looking at. Is this a player that can handle pressure? For example, Sheshko can handle pressure. He's been at the biggest stage. He's young, he's 22. He can handle pressure compared to Højlund. You look at Mbumo, he has played in the Premier League. He has handled the pressure of being a big name, flopping, performing well. Cunha as well. Cunha has been through a lot, yellows, red cards, fighting, and he's a big time player. Those are players that come in and they can handle the pressure. They don't care what you say. So if Tanaka is coming in, will he handle that? For example, Ugarte, one of the things that I know is affecting him is psychologically. Because when he came in, he started performing well. He had a few games at the start, then started performing well. And then all of a sudden, he's getting abuse from United fans. And that will affect you psychologically. Yeah. So Tanaka is a good option. Let's see whether the club goes for him. Yeah. Thanks for guys who are online. I'm seeing Kingsman. Thanks, Kingsman, for joining. In fact, you gave me a gift yesterday. One of the gifts we've received online. And after the show yesterday, I went and looked at the gifts I received. I was like, oh, shoot, I should have appreciated you more. So thanks a lot, Kingsman. Dropped a gift, gave us a follow, saw your comments on some of our videos. And that is the support that keeps me going. At times it's tough. Like yesterday, I was tired. You found me that I was forgetting even names for those guys who are watching yesterday. And you guys were giving me support. Yesterday's show was quite interactive. In fact, went beyond 1.5 hours, and it was quite interactive. Yeah, Jeff Munga, you have a comment. You're asking about how far for Garnacho. We'll go through that. It's part of the things that I'm going to discuss. We have a couple of exit news, and we are going to go through that. But at the moment, the question is to everyone who's online and watching, I want you to post in the comment section. The discussion is, or the question is, who do we go for? Do we go for a goalkeeper first, or do we go for a midfielder first? Because we need both, but it seems the club can only do one deal at this time. So let me know in the comment section, who should we go for first? A midfielder or a goalkeeper? Fabulous Brooks is saying, yeah, understandable, and what I pray for this season, Amorim gets a sub off of Bruno when playing. Let me just bring this here. I'm not seeing the comment quite well. Yeah, now I can see it. So, yeah, understandable, and what I pray for this season is Amorim gets to sub off Bruno. Come on. Yeah. Subs off Bruno when he's playing bad. Yeah, of course. Not even when he's playing bad. He needs to rest. Bruno needs to rest. There is usually fatigue over time. I'll give you an example of Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney played a lot of games to a point where he started getting injuries. He was not performing well. So he needs to rest. Especially now that we have fewer games. I'd want Amorim to do what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do. He used to have different teams for different competitions. He had a team to play the Carabao Cup. He had a team to play the FA Cup. He had a team to play the Champions League. He had a team to play the Premier League. And we were able to challenge in all. And you remember, Ferguson never used to get mad or disappointed because one squad has performed poorly in one competition. Yeah, so that's the sort of squad we need. So I agree with you, Fabulous, that, yeah, we need to rest Bruno. He needs to be subbed off. For example, like in the Arsenal game, from around the 60th minute, he was not passing the ball well. He was losing passes. And also, I want Amorim to be a bit tough on him because Bruno keeps losing passes. He does things well such that we overlook the things he doesn't do well. But the moment if I'm Amorim, and I know I might be criticized for saying this by you fans, if I see a player starting to lose the ball or starting to fight with the players or to moan or whine to the referee because of every foul, then he needs to be subbed off. Show him that it's not about you, it's about the team. Because Bruno, he likes doing this. He likes showing hands, throwing a feet. Yeah, the moment the player starts that, watch a cooler bench. Let him go to the bench. Yeah, so, yeah, Fabulous. I agree with you. Yeah, let's post in the comment section. What do you think? Should we prioritize a goalkeeper? Should we prioritize a midfielder? Let me know in the comment section as now we are going to discuss the exits. The last few minutes we are going to discuss exits, but I wish I could post a poll on TikTok live to ask that as well as YouTube, but it's a new setup. We are still making sure that things are working perfectly before we expand. Yeah, so a midfielder, yeah, thanks Fabulous. You're saying a midfielder is more important than a keeper if apart from the errors Onana did save us sometimes. Yes, he did. Onana did save us sometimes. The question to you, Fabulous, as well as other guys watching is, Onana is going on to AFCON. Do you trust Bayandia in goal? Let me know. Kingsman, you're saying prioritize a goalkeeper. I kept saying last week that we need to prioritize a center mid, but I'm agreeing with Kingsman that we need a goalkeeper. And I'm not pushing you to agree with me. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's a democracy. Come on, guys. It's a democracy. It's a community. We can argue. We can agree to disagree. As I said, I changed my stance. Last week, I was all about a CDM, a CM. I was a believer or Baliba. But now I'm saying based on that performance, and since we have a couple of options in midfield, but not great, I would prioritize a goalkeeper because Onana is going to AFCON. I don't trust Bayandia. Tom Heaton, we haven't seen much of him to say that he can play in the league. But yeah, thanks, Kingsman. And guys who are on the comment section, you can see that Kingsman has a UKG badge next to his name. That's because he got a fan club membership because of the gifts. I'm not asking you to give to get the badge. I'm just saying, in case you see such, we are trying out to see how we can appreciate our fans whenever they support, because the gifts, very soon on YouTube, when we get to 500, we'll start getting super chats. That money will go back into the project. It's not to my stomach. We want to keep growing. As I mentioned, we want also to start going out to locations, organizing for watch-alongs. I don't like the live watch-alongs the guys abroad do. I would prefer we select a place, sit down, watch the game, have some nyama choma, some drinks, have a chat about the game, meet and greet and all that. So we are trying to build a footballing community, a Manchester United football community. So once again, Kingsman, I appreciate your gifts, and it's going a long way. It's not much, it's not little, but it's still going a long way. So when you see that badge, basically he's saying that he's a fan club member. Yeah, so we have a couple of guys who are watching. There you go, Kingsman, once again. I wish I can show this on the screen. He's sent another rose. Legend. Claps for him. Claps for him. Legend. Thanks a lot. I truly appreciate. So we have James Glenn, who's joined. We have Grace Wangare, who's also joined. And I also want to see ladies commenting and letting us know their say about United. We have ladies who are United fans. I was so glad after the match review, the Man U versus Arsenal review, we had Faith, an Arsenal fan who was on the show, and she was contributing. So, yeah, let me pull up the graphic for the news that we have so far. But before we start with the news, there's something I wanted to highlight that I failed to highlight yesterday and on Sunday. And it's how Amorim went off on Samuel Luckhurst during the post-match interview. Amorim was angry. He was angry. And I don't know whether I'll get flagged because of posting this video. But what the heck, let's go on. So Amorim was really mad. He was mad, like going crazy. So I'll play the clip. We hear what he said, and then we'll just have a chat about it. I hope guys on TikTok you can hear. Let me make sure the audio is okay. Yeah, so have a listen.
I think a lot of people might argue that Tom's a better keeper than him, with more experience in the Premier League.
But he suffered a goal like this where? Without VAR. With VAR, with VAR is a foul. And then what happened in the next game?
May I ask?
What happened in the next game?
At Wolves?
No, not at Wolves. The next one, Arsenal. Who saved the penalty? Who saved the game? All the game.
That was a penalty.
No. Before the penalty. You don't remember the game. I remember the game. Altay was unbelievable in that game. So I consider everything to put one on another, and I choose Altay.
Oh.
Why?
I think a lot of people might argue.
There you go. I love that. I absolutely love that. Amorim was furious. He was fuming. And that's what I want to see from a United manager. It's not like Ten Hag, who was like, the team tried, the goalkeeper tried, we did our best, we need to work harder. No, I want that siege mentality. It's us against them. It's us against the world. And I know after that... Sorry, my dog is just giving me issues. Hey. So I know after that, the interviewers or the journalists won't be asking silly questions again, because they were trying to get a narrative. They were trying to push a narrative that Amorim does not prefer Onana. We know that the news at the moment is Onana is poor, he needs to go, he needs to be sold. And I said yesterday on the live that there is this sort of mind control, brainwashing that's going throughout social media to United fans. That if a player just has a bad game or a bad run, they should be sold. Yeah, fine, we didn't perform well over the last couple of seasons, but it's the narrative that the journalists were looking for. And it's so refreshing to see Amorim come out fighting and defending the goalkeeper. And now you can imagine this is Amorim in public. You remember last season, he punched the TV screen, and he came out with bruises or even a bandage on his arm because he's angry. So you can imagine now, if that's how he's reacting to the journalists, I can't imagine what the players are experiencing. Because if they don't perform, if they're not up to standards, they are being told of the hairdryer treatment. We need that back at the club. So anyone who's saying Amorim should be sold, think twice. Honestly, think twice. We have a good manager. And it's so refreshing to see him coming out and asking tough questions. He reminds me a bit of Mourinho. You remember the three? The comment about the three titles? More than all of them combined? That's respect. So now journalists will think twice. Amorim is quite frank. He will tell you the truth. He won't sugarcoat. But seeing that face, let me just bring it back. We have a look at his face. He's mad. He's fuming. He's like, what are you asking? Do you even know what you're saying? Look at that face. So we need this from all even the players themselves. They come out fighting. They say, no, I won't have that. And we've been having a lot of negativity in the club. And Amorim, when he came out, if you go on YouTube and look for that full post-match interview, you'll see that the journalists were afraid of asking silly questions. Honestly, they were afraid. So, Kingsman, you're saying, Klopp said, when the whole world loses faith on a player, the coach will defend the player. Exactly. The coach should back the players. One of the weaknesses that Erik ten Hag had, he was not backing the players. He was not backing the players at all. And that's where now the issues with Sancho came in and other players. We've heard that Amorim has told Garnacho, you better pray you'll get another club. Of course, I think Garnacho, I believe, not even think, Garnacho is the one who leaked that story, because it happened in the training pitch. It happened probably in the dressing room or Carrington. Actually, it happened in Carrington. And saying that in front of the whole group, that's what we want to see. You mess, you go. You shape up or you ship out. Yeah, Kingsman, you're saying he's defending his players who are working hard in training and trying to improve themselves. Of course. That's what we want to see. If the player is trying hard, look at Mason Mount. He worked hard. He's one of the best performers in training and he's getting games. We might moan this, that, Kobe this, Kobe that, but at the end of the day, if Kobe is not training as hard as the others, he's out. Look at Lenioro. It will be very difficult for Mazraoui to get that position. It will be really, really difficult for Mazraoui to come and put Lenioro on the bench. Lenioro was completely tired, but when the substitutions were made, Maguire came in, De Ligt went on the right, Yoro went on the left. Right now, Dogu will be a consistent starter, and that's the sort of attitude I want to see. So let's go through some of the comments. So Fabulous, you're saying, we lost Eriksen, no replacement. Same with Collier, and Kone is seriously injured. Just Mainu and Ugarte. Yes. Yes, just Ugarte, Mainu. But remember, we do have other options that can play there. Mason Mount can play there. We have as well as Mazraoui. He can play in multiple positions. He can play there. So compared to the goalkeeping positions, we do have some options. As I say, they are not great, but we do have some options. And I agree with you, Fabulous. We do need a midfielder. We do need to get a midfielder. Kone is not strong enough to play in the Premier League. He's injured. We saw him in pre-season. He didn't get any minutes. And furthermore, he's only had one season in a foreign country, in a foreign league. It will be difficult for him to come into the first 11 straight away. Probably if he's around, he can play, let's say, Kina Grimsby and other small teams in the Carabao Cup. Eriksen is gone. We don't have a replacement. Toby Collier is going on loan. We don't have a replacement. So United seem to have been starting to make moves or to get space or vacancy for a midfielder. Because Casemiro can also go. The window is still open. Saudi clubs are still interested. He can go. But now, who do we go for? Agume is one of the options we've discussed. So I had forgotten that aspect, Fabulous. Thanks for reminding me. If you look at it on that angle, from that angle, the pendulum is now balanced. We need both. We need both. We honestly need both. Yeah, Wharton is good. Moffat 037 is saying, yeah, he is good, but injury prone. Last season, he was injured in a couple of games. And the funny thing is, Wharton was injured, but he registered similar numbers to Baleba. And we had a look at that, I think, on Sunday. Wharton is good, injury prone, but once again, when we sign Wharton, does it mean that we give up on Baleba? If we go for Wharton, do we also go for Baleba? Do we use the argument by Fabulous Brooks that Eriksen and Collier leave and then we buy both? So those are good questions. Then Moffat, you're still saying, especially passing. Yes, he's a good passer. The game against Liverpool in the Community Shield, he was my man of the match. That pass to get the second goal, oof, one of the best passes I've seen. He reminded me of Xavi and Iniesta and Paul Scholes. He has good passes and he plays simple. One thing about Baleba and Wharton, they play simple football. Bruno will always try the hardest pass. For some reason, he will always try a killer pass. But we don't need a player who has that sort of complexity. Look at even Casemiro. Plays a simple pass. Gets out of the press, looks at the next available player, passes. Makes himself available, passes again. If you guys have watched Paul Scholes play, he was that simple. We will see online our videos that used to ping 18-yard balls, 30-yard balls, but most of the time he was keeping it simple. Give me the ball, pass back to you, open up space, receive the ball, pass it to another player, make myself... He's linking play, and that's the sort of player we need. Wharton can do that perfectly. Baleba can do that perfectly. Is Crystal Palace willing to sell Wharton? Yes, they are willing to sell, and they've quoted 70 to 80 million. They are willing to sell. The question is Wharton willing to move? Remember, they have Europe. Although it's not Europa League, they are playing, I think, in the Conference League. Then Mahbub Mohammed, or is it Mahbub Mohammed? I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. This is your first time commenting. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for posting that comment. We want a good goalkeeper and a defensive midfielder. Yes, we need both. We need both. But the question is, who should we prioritize in the event or in case we are not able to get both? Let me know, Mohammed. Who will you prioritize? Moffat, you say Baleba is more of a ball carrier, but Wharton is a good passer. Yeah. In terms of ball carrying abilities, Baleba is the best. Wharton is a good ball passer. As I said, he plays simple football. He does not strain. He does not overwork. He just gets the ball, gets the opportunity, passes. Baleba can do both, but he's more of a ball carrier. He turns, dribbles, and then passes. So both of them are good, but for me, my preference will be Baleba because he has a tendency to drop deep, get the ball, get out of the press, and pass. And based on Amorim's system, he is the perfect fit compared to Wharton. If in another universe or in another life or whatever, I will go for both. Honestly, I will go for both. I will go for Wharton. I will go for Baleba. Take that risk. Because if you are going to play, let's say in the Champions League, you are going to play in Europe, and you want to challenge, you need to have such kind of ballers in the squad. Baleba will use a lot of energy, but Wharton is just simple. Exactly. Wharton is simple. He plays football like it's like the futsal. If you guys have watched guys playing futsal, they enjoy the game. It's not tactical. It's not as much as of a technicality. Just guys dribbling, passing the ball, scoring. That's how Wharton plays. He plays like a Brazilian. Honestly, he plays like a Brazilian. He's just enjoying his game. And then he makes good passes and he links up play. So, yeah, Baleba is energetic. He's an African player. He's good. He's a destroyer. Baleba reminds me of Anderson. Anderson was also like that, or Jason Park. He will come into the midfield and disrupt everything. If you guys, especially if, let's say, we are playing against a team like City who are used to holding the ball, or Arsenal, he will come in and make sure those guys are not getting passes. Then you go on and saying, but we have Mainu, we only need one partner. Yeah, Mainu, the only thing I keep saying is Mainu needs to improve his game. He needs to adapt his game. He reminds me of Michael Carrick, where he's a slow player, but he performs. So he just needs to adapt that game. Michael Carrick was positioning himself in such a way that he's always covering for Paul Scholes. Minos, he has a tendency to go more into attacking areas. Right now, we need a player who's more on the defensive areas. Let Bruno roam, let Mount, Mbumo, Cunha, let them roam, but we need a player that will stick. Kobe has a tendency to go towards the ball. He wants to get involved into the attack, and that's why last season, Amorim said that he sees Kobe more as a number 10. So that's the key difference between Kobe, Wharton, and Baleba. Kobe tends to attack more, less of defensive. He doesn't like defending. And if you remember the Everton game or even the West Ham game, there was sometimes he was moving out of position and there's a big space in midfield. Kingsman is saying, give me Wharton. I wish I had a way to put a poll, whether it's Baleba or Wharton, but you can just put the name. Which one do you prefer? Baleba or Wharton? Right now, we have 2 votes for Wharton and 2 votes for Baleba. Myself and I think who else said Baleba? Let me see the comments. And we also have Fabulous with Tanaka. Yeah, just before I proceed, we usually have a bot that's running on YouTube. And I want to highlight a big milestone for United Qua Ground, for UKG. We hit 50 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks to you. Yesterday we had a challenge. We had 41 subscribers. We said we are ending the live when it hits 50. We got 51. Now I'm posting another challenge to guys who are watching on TikTok. Make sure go onto the YouTube page. You give us a subscribe. You like the video and share. We go live across all platforms. Also, we have another challenge, as you can see on the screen on TikTok. We are on 27, 26. I can't remember where we were yesterday. I think we were on 27, 26 something. 27, 15. when we started the challenge. When we started the live, we were around 2694. Right now, we are on 2726 out of 3,000. So we want to get to 3,000 followers. So make sure you hit the follow button on this video, hit the like button. On the red app, click on the link in the description, click the subscribe button, click the like button on this video, and we are going to post this week. We are going to post profile videos. We are going to start posting player profile videos on YouTube. So make sure you don't miss out on that. So let's go. I still have a couple of news to go through, and the 1 hour is almost up. So I'll read through the comments quickly, then we go through the exit news quickly, but keep posting your comments. I like appreciating the guys who are watching. Jamal Ahmed. I also think it's the first time you're commenting on our lives. Guys, let's welcome Jamal. Come on, guys, let's welcome Jamal. Thanks for joining and thanks for commenting. Welcome to the UKG family. So you're saying, what about Agume this season? Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's I had set a 1 hour show, but let me extend the time. Let's hope I don't go offline. So you're asking what about Agume this season, then Baleba next season? Good question. I would say I'd rather wait for Baleba, because I'm scared of missing out on Baleba, because players also can see that you've signed a player and then they say, where am I coming to play? The only way we can convince Baleba, to be honest, is we perform well in the league, get to Europe. Agume comes in, then we say we have a couple of exits. We say, for example, Casemiro is going, Ugarte is going, and probably Bruno is also going. So there is space for you to play. So my first option will be hold out for Baleba. If we get Agume, then we make sure next summer we have a lot of spaces in midfield. Baleba, they say he lacks concentration. Yeah, of course, he's young, but for his age, he's playing quite well, so he will grow. Mohamed is saying we wanted a player like Ander Herrera. Remember, he put Eden Hazard into a good marking system. Yeah, we need like an Ander Herrera. Ander Herrera also is like Baleba. He can play as a CDM. He can play as a box-to-box. Yeah, and once you give such players a job, they will do it. Moffat is saying Wharton. So those are 3 votes for Wharton. Baleba, Team Glorious. I think also it's the first time you are commenting. Much appreciated. Karibu sana to the UKG family. Make sure you give us a follow on TikTok and you subscribe on YouTube for more content. We always go live every week and we are trying to make it consistent, either daily or on Saturdays. But as I mentioned that, Glorious is saying Baleba. Moffat is saying Wharton because Africans will cost us to attend AFCON. Yes and no. AFCON is a seasonal competition. You can't refuse to sign a good player because of a seasonal competition. And furthermore, the games that they will miss are around 5 to 6 games. So keep him. He's only away for a short period of time. Jamal, you're saying, thank you. Let's go United. Yes. Welcome to the most non-toxic page you can find online. Here we are very mature. We are non-toxic. We don't like being toxic here. Positivity, objectivity. Mohammed is saying, I don't trust Onana. Bandia should be our first choice if we will not sign a goalkeeper. Yes. Bandia is showing that he's better than Onana in most of the aspects we expected Onana to have. Baleba, Moffat is saying Baleba over Agume because Premier League proven. Yes. Currently, Ineos's MO is they are going for Premier League proven players. Yeah. So let's go to some of the exits. I just hope that TikTok won't kick me out because it told me I only have 4 minutes. So let's go through some of the news. Someone asked about Garnacho. Let me go back and see. Let me see Garnacho. Where was it? I think the comment has just vanished. But someone asked about Garnacho. I hope they are still live. So these are the news from Fabrizio, the ones that we are seeing. that Chelsea are advancing in talks. Just a minute, I try to pull the comment scene on this. Yes, there you go. So I can now read the comments as well as show the news. So Chelsea are advancing in talks, in club talks with Chelsea. Chelsea and United, sorry. Chelsea are advancing in club talks with for Garnacho. Why am I zoning out? Calm down. Chelsea are advancing in club-to-club talks for Alejandro Garnacho, deal underway with United. Excellent relationship between United CEO Berada and Chelsea Zairaki. Garnacho only wants Chelsea and has turned down an approach from Bayern Munich in the last 48 hours. So Garnacho only wants Chelsea. You remember when we had news about Mbumo only wants United? Similar scenario. So Garnacho only wants Chelsea. Garnacho only wants Chelsea. And United want a minimum of £40 million guaranteed. Chelsea are saying we value him at 30. So the talks are ongoing. If Chelsea taking for 40 million plus, let's say, 5 million add-ons, let him go. Let him go. I don't want him anywhere near our club. And I posted a video about Garnacho to Chelsea, and I got hammered by Chelsea fans. They were saying there's someone who called me a prophetess because of my predictions. Others were telling me, stop being foolish. And whatever I said in that video, I want you guys to go and watch it. That's what's going to happen. So he's just there for a short period and then he will be sold. So that's about Garnacho. He rejected a move to Bayern. We know that Bayern at the moment are looking for a winger because they lost one of their wingers. He went to Saudi Arabia. And Jamal Musiala is injured. Remember that his leg got broken over summer. So they need a winger. And if I were Garnacho, I would go to Bayern. Honestly, I would go to Bayern. Why are you going to Chelsea? Bayern will win a trophy. Bayern will win a trophy. And you're going to play with some of the best players across Europe. So anyway, I think he wants to stay in the Premier League so that he can prove United wrong. He still has the mentality that he's the next Ronaldo. And either way, I don't know why fans are so frustrated with Garnacho wanting to leave. And we knew that he always wanted to go to Real Madrid. So he was pushing to perform well in United so that Real can come for him and he goes there. So either way, he was not going to stay at the club for long. So that's about Garnacho. The other one is, let's see. Yeah, so Zirkzee has also been subject to an inquiry by a club. So Manchester United have made it clear that Joshua Zirkzee is not for sale or for loan. United are seeing Jay-Z as the second option, second striker option. So he will come in for Šeško. We also know that Jay-Z can play in the number 10 positions. So we know that Højlund has been told to leave. So Jay-Z is the second option. So that's the news. That he's not for sale this summer. Decision was made by the board and Ruben Amorim months ago. Sorry. Yeah, the other news, I'm going quite fast, is I think that page. Let me see. Let me go back to Fabrizio's page. It was something to do with Sancho. Sancho, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, there you go. So Manchester United are aware of Jadon Sancho's plans to consider different options after rejecting AS Roma on Monday. United insists Sancho to find a solution as soon as possible. Yeah, so Sancho is a pain in the... Let me not say that word. He's just a pain. Sancho is just a pain. He needs to leave. If I had the money, if I was at the club and I had the money, calculate how much he wants, go. And that's what he wants. Basically, Sancho wants to get his money. He's comfortable staying at United the whole season. He doesn't care about England. He doesn't care about playing in the World Cup. He doesn't care about football. He just wants money. He rejected 180k from Chelsea. No other club has offered anything close to that. Juventus wanted him. A top club in Europe, he has rejected. Turkish clubs wanted him. He has rejected. Because he wants more money. So, as much as, yes, we criticize footballers for earning more and wanting money, yeah, they are making a living. Personally, I also want to earn a lot of money. But at the end of the day, you have to consider the fans, because the money that comes from us as the fans. Yeah, in Kenya, we might not go to, I'm in Nairobi, I might not go to Old Trafford. I might not go to Stamford Bridge to watch the game. But there are some things that we do that support the club. For example, we are here right now. We are online as fans, listening, commenting. I'm here with you, generating content and discussing, because we love the club. We never discuss about salaries, no. In fact, Ugarte didn't perform well, but we are not talking about his salary. Oh, he's earning a lot of money, he should be performing better. No. So there's an aspect where players also need to understand that we as fans, we are the ones who are giving you that platform. If Manchester United or Chelsea or whoever did not have fans, they wouldn't be able to buy you. They wouldn't be able to pay you that salary. So also have the fan mentality in your thinking, in your decision making. Yeah. So Sancho needs to leave. So some comments. Let all Manchester United gather here, support each other. Yes, Moffat. Thank you for that comment. We are creating a Manchester United Kenyan community. Not even Kenyan. Last night I looked at the TikTok live statistics, and 47% of the viewers were from Indonesia. And then, of course, the biggest fan base is in Kenya. But why not? We are global. We welcome everyone. So, Moffat, thanks for that comment. Yeah, so let's build a community. And as I've said, we are going to make sure that we organize watch along, where we go to one place, we watch a game, and it's not a must it be in Nairobi. We can even go to other counties. Why not? The United fan base is big. It's a community. Let's build one. Let's have one. So Moffat, you're also saying Garnacho should leave immediately. We don't want him. Of course, let him leave. Such players, we don't need such players in the club. And then you're saying Amorim loves Zaxi. Yeah, he does. If you are to ask Amorim who he will sell, I'm sure Mason Mount and Joshua Zaxi are on that list. Jamal, you're saying him not accepting Bayern over Chelsea is a stupid move. Chelsea with all those players. That's what I said, and I got abused. Jamal, that's exactly what I said in the video. I was basically asking, where will he play? Honestly, where will he play? If we are honest, where will he play? Where will he play? Chelsea sold Madueke. They are selling Kuku. And that's how they operate. They'll buy Garnacho for, let's say, 30 million. He comes and plays in 1 season, 2 seasons. And then they sell him for 55 or even 60. And don't be shocked if he goes to Arsenal, because it seems Arsenal are doing Chelsea a favor. Right now, it's like Arteta is only looking at Arsenal. Similar to what Man City used to do to Arsenal. They used to look at Arsenal and pinch all their players. Yeah, so it's a stupid move. Honestly, it's a stupid move. I agree with you. Bayern, you are guaranteed to win trophies. And you're playing with Harry Kane. You'll be playing with Musiala. You'll be playing with, what's his name? The winger that was from Crystal Palace. You'll be playing with all of them. We can grow this fan page over one, like United Stand or the United People. Exactly. Exactly, we can. Why not? Why not? Right now we are on 27, 28 out of 3,000. And why am I feeling so encouraged by you guys is we started this platform in June 2025. June 2025. We are in August. And we have close to 3,000 followers on TikTok. We have 50 plus subscribers on YouTube. We have 60 plus followers on X or Twitter. We have over 1.2k likes and followers on Facebook. It's growing. So I agree with you, Jamal. Let's build a fan base. What I keep saying, whatever they do abroad, we instead of us watching them and hoping that we can have that locally, why not? Why can't we have ours? And of course, we can grow to a point where we invite some of them to come and join and be guests, or we go there and be guests. So yeah, let's build our own fan base here. And I keep asking you guys, and I'm not getting an answer. Where can I get a Manchester United jersey? I'm looking for one. I haven't bought jerseys yet, and I'm willing to promote someone who's selling them. Yeah, where can I get it? Yeah, so any other comments before we end the live? We've done an hour and 12 minutes. I'm so glad that everyone is here. Let me just look how many subscriptions we have on YouTube. As I'm looking at that, we have our UKG Fantasy League. You can see that it's scrolling there. I'm not sure whether it's visible enough on TikTok, but I can post the code to join the Fantasy League. If you're on fantasy football, we've started a league there. You can go there. I can post or I can share later. Go there, join. Let's have a league. I'll organize with the crew who are behind the scenes to make sure that at least we have like a reward for everyone. So on YouTube, you are on 52 subscribers. Let me just refresh the page to make sure that I'm giving you the correct numbers. 53. We've got one more from this live. 53 subscribers. We are on 27, 28 on TikTok out of 3,000. On X, let me see how many we have on X. We have, let me see, 60 followers still. So make sure you go to all platforms, give us a follow, give us a like on Facebook, and we need to grow our YouTube channel as well. And I don't think I have anything else to say. It's just amazing that you guys are here. You've kept me going. You've supported me. Kingsman sent a rose, our top fan. And good to see new names on the list like Jamal, Moffat, Mohammed, Team Glorious, Kingsman, such a legend. Who else was here? We have Fabulous Brooks. We have Jeff Munga as well. I think it's the first time he's commenting on the live. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the UKG family. Let's keep it real. 54 on YouTube. Kingsman. Legend. I don't know whether I can do a celebration for you. Let me look for a celebration. Where is the clap? Let's see. I also want guys on YouTube to hear. Let's go. Where's the clap? Yeah, 54 on YouTube. The next goal is 100, and I'm sure someone said, I don't know whether it's you, Kingsman, who or what was his name? What gamer? Can't remember the first name. Said that we can get to 100 before Friday. Let me say I'm not as hopeful, but I'm optimistic. Let's get to 100. I know you guys can help me reach 100 or help us reach 100 subscribers on YouTube before Friday. So Mohammed is saying thank you, bro, to you as well. And thanks to everyone who has commented, everyone who has given us a follow, everyone who's liking the video, for the gifts, for keeping here, for engaging, commenting, being here with us. So I'll post that comment again from our bot. We have a bot that's running. Hopefully we can be able to change the name from owned to United Qua Ground. It's saying, don't forget to like the stream, share it, hit subscribe to keep the UKG family growing. So thanks a lot, guys. Keep safe, keep warm. It's very cold in Nairobi. I hope you're keeping warm. I'm catching a cold. That's why you see me struggling a bit with my voice. Hopefully I'll be okay. Jamal is also saying, let's make this fan base happen. Exactly. And with that, thank you, guys. Cheers. I won't go live tomorrow. Hopefully I'll go live Thursday. Tomorrow I won't be available. But in case I do, I'll make sure that I post an event. And also make sure you keep your notifications open in case I go live. But highly unlikely I'll go live tomorrow. But keep safe, keep warm. And with that comment from Jamal, let's make this fan base happen. Cheers and bye-bye.